Hey, we're back with I Imagine podcast with social civilizational analyst Professor Avram Ehrlich, and today a little bit more about the order of the sacrificial service, please.
So little is talked about this sacrificial service. It was such an important rite in the temple in Jerusalem and in temples throughout the Near East, and in fact the entire ancient world. Even the Chinese, until the last century, were still sacrificing. It seemed to address an important psycho-ritual need. The question, what, is not fully understood. But I'm guessing that in ritual are the plateaus and the platforms of former periods of knowledge and skills, which are today not important for the skills themselves, but may be important because of the characteristics and the side psychostructures which accommodated and allowed for these skills to and characteristics to be developed. The idea of sacrifice it has so many different meanings within psychology. It really is the very essence of barter and trade and exchange and relationships and really survival is much about sacrifice. So and there is not just one sacrifice. In fact, in the temples of the ancient Near East, there were many different types of sacrifices for many different types of beings, of creatures, of animals, of birds, of different religions had different sacrifices, but of grains and of specific types of grains and of oils, and then specific types of oils, and then of wine and specific types of wine, and then of blood and the methods, and then different produce with different tools and dispensers, and then you had the what was left over, the burnt ashes which were moved and removed, and also in some way even the burnt ashes, which is in many ways, a physicist might see that this is entropy. This is the leftovers, which themselves, even the leftovers, have some function, some sacerdotal function, and so that nothing was wasted. All the mythology was reused and salvaged in many ways. Such is that within ritual is somewhat like a button that with a series of coordinates, but a long series of coordinates, like a carbon atom making a very long molecule of socio-psychic meaning. So the rituals which are played out in the sacrifices over all their varieties sum up the theatrics of the psyche of that period. And when we recite these in prayer, we create a whole new different level to it because of the recitation in language and then the repetition, and as that this whole entire world and its knowledge streams through the modern person, and with modern characteristics, there's somewhat of almost like a trop or a song or a message or a vibration told in this interplay of different systems. So when we see it as part of the prayers alone, it's a deeply psychological process, and we'll get into more details.